Welcome everybody, welcome back to Homestead Heart. And today Mr. H and I, we're out here in the garden and we are planting out our eggplant row. Now we have already finished planting the Florida Market eggplant and now we're wrapping up with the Black Beauty eggplant, okay? But before we wrap up with the last two plants that we have, we decided that we would take you all along and just kind of show you all how beautiful this soil is, how well the soil is doing. And you all, we've been working to build this soil year after year since we put this garden over here, okay? And so far what we have been doing has been working perfectly, okay? Perfectly working. And this method that we're going to show you today is not just for eggplant, it's for all of our garden, the tomatoes, the cucumbers, the peppers, everything. This method has proven to be a method that is tried and true for us, okay? So we can't go wrong. So if you'll come a little closer, I'm going to show you the soil. All right, look down here and you could see in this soil, this is just full of organic matter. This is full of what we did the year before, right? This is just full of it. And what happens is the compost breaks down into the soil. It helps to feed the plant, but it breaks down into the soil and it's just full of organic matter. And look at how loose the soil is. Look at that. It's not compacted or anything. Just look at that. I can push my little shovel down and it's just still very, very, very loose. Look at that, you all. So it's beautiful. So what we're doing is absolutely working, and I'm going to show you exactly what that is, okay? So now, what I have here is the black cow manure. This is the compost that we've been using for years to put in this garden and in the spaces that we're planting in. We don't take up the ground cover every single year. We only use the compost and our fertilizers in the holes that we are planting in, okay? So the first thing I have here, this is feather meal. Now, if you don't have access to feather meal, you can buy blood meal and you can get it from any of your big box stores, okay? Now, if you want to know more about where we get our fertilizer from, then I will do a separate video talking to you all about where we get our fertilizers from, and we've been getting it from them for the last few years. So let me show you. All I'm going to do is just take my scoop. I got a nice big scoop here. And I got a nice big scoop of the fertilizer and I put it down in this hole. And I'm just gonna mix it in with my other little shovel. I just mix it all in, just work it down into the soil within the top maybe 4 inches or so. And just mix it all around, okay? The next fertilizer that I have here is bone meal. If you could come close, you could see. This is bone meal, all right? And this is granulated. It's not the powder, but you can get the powder or the granulated. Or the, you know what I'm saying. And I'm just gonna take a nice big scoop of this, and I'm gonna put that down in my hole as well. And I'm gonna mix that in, just working it down into the soil. Try not to lose any, waste not, want not. So I'm going to mix this around in my hole, just making sure that I have it all throughout the first 4 to 5 inches or so into this soil, okay? All right, now come look so you can see. So you see how it's just kind of worked in and mixed in? So that's what that looks like. Now I'm going to take my black cow manure. I'm going to grab a nice big shovel of it. This is that compost that I was telling you about that we've been putting in our holes. Just take that and put that in. And I'm also going to work this into the soil, okay? I'm just going to mash it in there. Just work it all the way in there. It's not on the top. I'm actually mixing it in. And grab another scoop. And get it in. That's my second scoop. And I'm going to mix it in. Just working it into the soil. And that's it. Now you see it's all in there, right? Now, here is my Black Beauty eggplant that we are planting. And this cup actually has 2 in it. I'm gonna have to break off the one that I think is the weakest and keep the one that's the strongest. But before I do that, I'm gonna use this little bud planter here. We call it the plunger. And I use this, Miss H and I use this to plunge out the hole. Let me show you. Just press it down. Can you come a little closer so they can see? See here, I'm pressing it all the way down in the soil. And then I'm just gonna lift it up out of there, just like that. So I have quite a bit of the black cow in the fertilizer right here. And I'm gonna sit that to the side. And now I could take my cup. Which one, babe? This one? Keep this one?
Yes, keep the one you first poured.
Okay, so I'm gonna break this one off. And then take this out of the cup. Now watch this. Come a little closer so you can see. I'm going to drop this right down in that hole, and I'm going to press it on down in there. You see how that went down in there perfectly? Then I'm going to take my leaves, lift them up, and I'm going to backfill with what I just took out. Now all I'm going to do is press that down in there, okay? Make some room. Just spread it around, spread it around, spread the love. That's all we're doing is spreading the love. Not burying my stem all the way. Ooh, I hear that thunder, y'all. And look at that. That's perfect, right? That is absolutely perfect. And this is how we do this every year, and you see how well our crops do, okay? I have one more to do here, you all, and I'm gonna get that finished and wrapped up. But we literally just wanted to show you all how easy it is to build the soil, fertilize the hole, and it works. Whoops. So this method really works, you all. Now, the only other fertilizer that we'll probably use out here would be a liquid fertilizer if we had to. But really, we only fertilize one time, you all. So when we plant this row, we have never had to come back and add any other fertilizer to the eggplant, to our peppers. We've never had to add any other fertilizers. And you've seen our harvest. You see how well our harvests are. And our fertilizers are all organic. The feather meal is organic. The bone meal is organic fertilizers. So that's all we use. It's a slow release fertilizer. It's not going to release all at once. You won't burn your plants with it. So you saw how much I put in there. You're not going to burn your plants, right? You just can't burn them up with this stuff, okay? So we put a nice bit in there because we want to make sure that our plants are fed throughout the growing season. So what we'll end up doing next is once we finish, we'll get the drip tape put back on the rows because we do have drip irrigation. We'll get that put back on the rows. We won't have to water tonight because, as you could hear, the rain is on the way. So you all, I think that's gonna do it. We wanna get the garden wrapped up. We still have Mr. H's jalapenos to plant before we go in and before the rain comes. So hopefully you enjoyed this quick little video on how we've been soil building in our gardens since we've been planting in these gardens. Everything so far, you all, that we have shown you how simple it is. I know it's simple, but it works. We do not use synthetic fertilizers here. We use all organic fertilizers, you all, and the proof is in the pudding. You see how well our gardens look, okay, you all? So that's gonna do it for this video. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any videos that we upload to our channel. And thank you again for watching Homestead Heart. Peace and blessings to each and every one of you, and we're gonna see you in the next video. And remember, y'all, grow your groceries. It's coming, it's coming.
She trying to get this last one in, y'all.
Trying to get the last
The
one
rain is
in.
coming. It's always when the rain is coming when we get the best crops anyway.
Yes.
She's adding the blood and bone meal. Now we gotta get some black cow in there. Just a recap. She's gonna mix it up. Give it a good mix. There you go, Mrs. H.
I'm working fast.
The thunder is coming.
I'm working fast.
Ooh, it's coming. That's the last one she's trying to get in there, y'all.
Trying to get it in.
She's getting the plunger. She's pulling out all the good organic matter she just mixed up, keeping it in place. Now she's bringing out the eggplant, my favorite. She's sliding it in a slot. Let me get a close up on how she do this part here. Cause my hands is big. I have a hard time doing this part.
Come on out, come on out, come on out. Let go.
She mixes it on in there. All that good food that the plant gonna need. Slow release fertilizer. So we don't have to fertilize no more.
Got a little press down.
Press down on in.
We done this, H. We gotta go.
You're not gonna run, are you, Mrs. H?
I'm gonna run.
Don't run. Don't.
Okay. We gotta
That's it?
go. That's it.
Say goodbye to the super sub. She's taking off, y'all. The rain is coming.